Okay, so this is Route 66 on defense. Alright, so at the beginning of the game here, you can get up here on this bridge and snipe from this bridge here. But it's actually not so safe to be way out here on the bridge. It's actually safer to be like over here in this corner, so you can take cover behind this wall here. And right here you can see down here in this tunnel and over here. You gotta watch out for enemies coming this direction over here. Other places to put a venom mine at, you can put a venom mine like right here to warn you of enemies coming through here. Other good spots to put a venom mine is right here. So when enemies come running off the map here, they will trigger the mine. Some other good spots is on this rock here, because when you're on this rock you can actually see all these windows here and the doors that the enemies come out. You gotta watch out those, because if the enemy has a widowmaker, you gotta watch out for her first, for her to snipe you, so definitely keep an eye out for that. There's a few other spots over here that's really good. This is a good sniping area over here. You got some pretty good coverage here. You gotta watch out for enemies coming this direction here. You got a health pack right behind you too. From right here, if you just back up a little bit, you got a good view right here while taking some decent cover. And right over here, you got another health pack as well. Snipe from over here. From down here, you can pretty much grapple back up to this rock if you wanted to. So moving on to this next section, you can put a venom mine like up here in case you'd be alerted if enemies come running through that door there. And this is a pretty good sniping spot right here. This is pretty much like the default sniping spot for this area for Widowmaker. As the payload's moving around the corner here, it's a good spot to be at. If you go down here a little bit, there's this little crevice here that you can peek in, and while taking some pretty good coverage. It's a pretty good spot right there. If you get on top of this building here, as the payload's moving around the corner here, this is a good place to be. But I wouldn't be here for too long because you're exposed pretty well right here. You can put a venom mine like above that door there, or above this door here. Yeah. And another good place for venom mine is like right here on this wall, in case enemies come running around here, they'll trigger the mine. And when the payload is coming to the checkpoint, there's not really any really good spots to snipe at. The best spot is really like right over here. And it's not really the safest either. So moving into this next section, you can put a venom mine like up here to be alerted when enemies come running through that door there, which can give you a pretty good sniping spot right here. There we go. And from here you got some pretty good coverage and get some pretty good shots. But these pillars are in the way here, so this isn't exactly the clearest position. The clearest position is over here, like behind this pillar. This gives you a pretty clear shot of this area here, and you can take cover behind this pillar. You can do the same thing like over here. If you dunk, you can kind of see more of the area. You can kind of like get up here and snipe from as well. You can get on top of this roof, but you don't really have many clear shots though. You can actually walk up on this thing here like this, but you can also stand on top of this right here, but this is really kind of an unsafe area to be at. If you go over here in this corner, you can actually walk on this ledge here, and this can be a good place to snipe at, like right here. If you drop down here, this is actually another good place to snipe at right here. You can take cover behind this wall here. You can put your venom mine like behind that post right there in case enemies come running through here. Another place to put a venom mine at, if you have some time, you can put a venom mine like above this door here. You can kind of get like a view from back here. It's not so great though. As the payload's moving in over here, this is probably one of the better spots to be, is right up here. And if the enemy's coming after you, well, you can put a venom mine like on that corner right there. But if the enemy is coming after you, you can just drop down and just run in here. So in here, you can put a venom mine above this door here, in case enemies come running through that door. There's a few good sniping spots. If you go back here in the steps, you can snipe from right here as the payload's moving through this checkpoint here and take cover by these steps right here. If you go up here, you can snipe from right here and take cover from that post right there. You can put your venom mine like either above that door or above that door. Another place to put a venom mine at, if you have time at, is above this door here, or even this right there. That right there is good spots. Going in through here, there's a lot of places to stand at, to snipe at. You can snipe right here, and probably one of the better spots to snipe at is just right over here, just right here on the back of this truck. It's probably the best sniping spot in this whole area. You got some pretty good coverage, and if you need health, you got health right here. It's a pretty good spot. Going back over here, you actually got another good spot over here. If you stand on top of this box right here, you won't be pushed by these moving platforms, and you can take cover behind these blocks right here. This is a pretty good spot as well. So going over here, this is right where your spawn room's at. If you go right here, you can snipe from right here. But if you want a clear shot, you just go right over here. This has more of a view of the entire area. This is a pretty good spot right here, and this is right next to your spawn too. If you go up here, you can get on top of this crate here, snipe from up here. If you go over here, you can get on top of here. Although it's not exactly a clear area to shoot from. You also got to watch out for enemies coming through this room here. You can throw a venom mine on top of that door right there to be alerted with enemies coming through that door. You can get on top of here and snipe from here. This actually tends to be a pretty secure area since you're so high up. Most enemies won't even know you're even up here. If you have some time, you can put your venom mine above this door here, which will give you more time to be alerted to, like, you can just escape somewhere else then. So it pretty much covers it for defense on Route 66.